We got to talk about Top Model.
Do we?
No.
Oh my God.
This makes me think of that interview with Tyra and Beyonce where she's like, okay, Sasha Fierce, Masha Fierce, what's your favorite mashed potato? All right, Kasha Fierce, do you like lean rice? Do you remember that interview?
Seance. If you could communicate with anybody that has passed away, who would it be? Slasha Fierce. When was the last time you was a little tipsy? If I were Ahoy. I know that you like to take vacations on boats. If I were Tolstoy. Can you do a Russian accent?
That interview is the perfect example of how unhinged Tyra is as an interviewer. Her talk show is banana. They need to do American Tyra talk show. Yeah. Ryan Murphy needs to focus on just going back to her talk show and make an episode, like a series out of that.
Sneak-once. What's your favorite sneaker? Our thread-once. If your feet hurt.
If I were Ahoy. I heard you like to take vacations on boats.
That is such a crazy...
She really
Seance.
said, if I were Tolstoy, can you do a Russian accent? Unhinged.
Mary.
I don't think she ever did an interview again after that.
Well, we shouldn't judge the Tyra show based on the lenses of today because you're gonna be disappointed. If you go back and watch like Top Model and you go with the lenses of today, you will be disappointed.
I don't think
they dress like homeless people for a shoot.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, disappointed, you'll be shocked.
Shocked.
Yeah. In her talk show, she put on a fat suit to see how it... I mean, I remember watching that. I was like, this is wild. Are you familiar with the infamous interviews of Tyra Banks and Beyonce? So Tyra Banks had a talk show.
Yes.
Terrible. She would do these puns, seance. Like, did you ever talk to dead people? And then she would be like, slosh of fierce. When was the last time you got a little tipsy? Unhinged.
Get the off the TV. I'm not watching that.
Bob out of drag can still turn a look.
Oh, okay.
Me out of drag,
Yeah.
Get the off the TV. I'm not watching that.
Get the star off the TV. I'm not watching that.
Get the on the TV. I am watching that. Girl, when I was
a FAFSA off the screen, I'm not doing that.
Get that vice president off the TV. I'm not watching that.
One of you guys called me something. What is that? Enabler. I'm a enabler. Tell me what that is.
I also the other day on TikTok lip synced to Tyra saying, "What did you call me earlier? A enabler." That got removed for hate speech.
Of course that got removed. Enabler. I love that. Love. So you describe me as a enabler.
And Tyra says it like, so you say I'm a enabler. And she goes, ooh, why don't you tell us what that is? She says it like she can't wait to be called a enabler. And that's an ally. Tyra's like, please say it again.
She is wild.
Westboro's there to make her look normal. Have you ever watched Top Model?
I watched it while it was on the air.
Dave and I were watching season 1 from the beginning the other day.
It is
Well, wild. The budget is so fierce. You have about 6 judges around a card table. A folding card table.
in a garage.
The lighting situation is one flickering bulb. And then the TV where they show them, let's show you your best look.
Is a wheeled
out. It's a 14-inch, not even flat screen TV.
A fat back.
It's on one of those like high school multimedia. Yes. The teacher rolls in the multimedia thing.
If you watch it, everybody falls asleep. Tyra is unlike no other.
She goes for it.
She
pulls no punches.
She swings hard, big, and wild.
Yes.
And it's often to a very horrifying effect.
David was telling me there was a season where the judge was Twiggy. And at the top of the season, they were like, Twiggy, part of how she broke through was having this iconic nickname. So this season, we're going to give you all iconic nicknames. And I'm sure some of them were like Legs, Duchess. David said one of them went by her last name, and her model name was Houlihan. What the is that? Stomp the runway, Houlihan.
Work it, Benihana.
What is that? What would be your model name?
Gulia.
Yeah.
Gulia. G-H-O-O-L-I-A.
I love on Top Model because it's always it's a mix, right?
Kate
There's always
Moss.
bona fide natural born models where they've never really done it. And in front of the camera, it's like flawless. And you're like, wow. But there's always one or two. I'm going to say Hooters girls. Okay. There's always one or two like actual men's calendar, just jugs and like, the prompt is to like, and every picture they're
just like spitting on their
it's just jugs with on them, and they have their 2 fingers spread out, and they're like, so it was a mascara ad,
and you spat on your
So the prompt was for you to dress like a homeless person, which is the type of thing they do.
Yeah, they did.
And you chose to walk in with clamps on both nipples. But Tyra, I'd never seen that show till COVID. Everyone watches it like nostalgia, but watching it for me the first time, even if I'm in the room alone, it's a lot of me like,
is anybody else seeing this? Yeah.
She is.
Watch her talk show. You will curl your hair. It will curl.
Wait, do you remember when she
hair.
had Westboro Baptist Church on and she goes, "What did you guys call me earlier? A
enabler.
Ooh, what's that? What's a enabler?"
She wants. It's like, yeah, say it again. She wanted to
loves
say
it. Yeah,
She wanted to say it so bad.
she's like, "You hear that, Jay? They said it.
They said, get the off the TV. I'm not watching that."
What do you think of Miss J?
Yeah, there was.
She drags those
Janice,
girls.
Miss J, J. Alexander.
Kimora Lee
Barker.
Simmons too was in the first season.
Oh, right.
The owner of Baby Fat. Tyra would be like, "Yeah, you really got in there, and we were kind of disappointed." And then Kimora would say something really like, "As a client, we would want you to be able to sell the product." And then they cut to Janice, and she'd be like, "You just look." Janice will be like, "You have a big square jaw."
Those droopy eyes on those fucking shoulders. That's all I can see. What's wrong with you? Go work at a construction site, brick.
Meanwhile, Janice's eyebrows are vertical.
That's what you want to see in a show like that, though. Where's all that fish in your pussy?
Yeah. In the first season, she was saying things like, a little flabby for modeling. Like she's... That show by nature is meant to cross some lines when it comes to commenting on people's bodies.
And it's an indictment of the industry, right? Because they're like, these are the rules, this is what's established, and we're not necessarily looking at why or challenging it, but that's the way it is.
And I was on Top Model.
That's right.
I'm Tyra.
I am Tyra.
I am Tyra.
I am Ty. Ty, baby.
I'm Ty.
You know what? I think the only way we're going to be able to settle this is to go to Thailand.
I have fun stories, but
I remember watching Top Model as it aired, and also the Tyra Banks show as it aired so many years ago. And that woman is crazy. She is cuckoo.
she's very Sagittarius in a way.
What does that mean?
It's like I'm here and I'm annoying and I'm just like, listen to me. Like, and as a Gemini, that's already kind of how we are anyway. And then it's just like, it kind of clashes. It's a different energy, but kind of the same. No, I don't know. Tyra was, I was excited to meet Tyra Banks the first time I met her, and I got to work with her quite a bit. I'm very thankful to all of the experiences that Tyra has brought me. That woman took me around the world.
Really?
Yeah, and she gave me my first beginnings and my break and my chance in the makeup world. I was no one. I was the guy who worked at the Mac counter. Okay. And then all of a sudden I was on America's Next Top Model and making a good amount of money for the first time. We did photo shoots on the Great Wall of China, live elephants.
It's legendary. And also the blueprint.
But she was wild. She was wild. She was very interesting and eccentric. I mean, this wasn't on Top Model, but I think it was on her talk show with the rabies. Do you remember the rabies bit? She would do these pranks. Oh, right.
And then, and she started foaming from the mouth, and then and she's like, just kidding. It was so crazy. So crazy.
And, it was the template of your drag now.
Yeah. America's Next Top Model and Project Runway were the point of parody for Drag Race originally. Yeah. And I think a lot of kids don't even know that these days.
I know, right?
They don't.
Because RuPaul just took over that whole identity.
Yeah. And it was
it's very much based
it was a piss take. Yeah, it was a piss take on those on Project Runway, Top Model.
It'd be so cool to see Tyra Banks as a judge. Has she ever done that?
I don't think she has.
Cost a lot of money.
Many years ago on the Tyra show, I interviewed Beyonce. It was pretty crazy. So I look at myself and I'm like, what the hell, Tyra? However, I would do it all over again. I asked her accentance or something like that. Like, what accent can she do? Or can you do a Russian accent? Whatever. She ended up doing the Russian accent. So her answers are hilarious. Please, can you do the edit with Beyonce's answers?
Goodbye.
Do like a soft and tender goodbye. Okay. Like you want to see the person again in 10 minutes.
Okay. Goodbye.